Okay, so, I guess the day is finally here for the new season for Game of Thrones to start, like tonight. So I figured I'd better go ahead and finish up my countdown for, to this season. So, without all being said, there's gonna be some spoilers mentioned in this review, and there's gonna be some that I'm not gonna mention. So I apologize in advance for if I did not mention your favorite moment of season 4. So here we go. Um, I gotta say, I thought I didn't expect them to kill off Joffrey like this season, or let alone for them to kill him off this early. You know what I mean? Like I, like I didn't even get caught up yet, and people were talking about purple weddings. I just said purple wedding. Well, I didn't say that, but people were talking about, oh, what did you do? What about that purple wedding episode? I didn't know what happened. I mean, like when I got to that episode, I'm just like, holy shit, they really killed him. Oh crap. One part of me was very, very satisfied that that character is finally gone. I thought they were gonna drag him out for like 3 more seasons or whatever. But on the other hand, I was afraid for Tyrion because the finger was automatically immediately pointed at him right after Joffrey died, and basically this is when poor Tyrion gets stomped to the ground this season. I mean, like where basically he's arrested for Joffrey's murder, and man, I mean, like, and the woman he loves, he tries to send her away, for her safety, just try to protect her from from his family, and then she comes back and basically, she basically, she screws over Tyrion. She's right there on trial and basically threw him under the bus. While everybody there threw him under the bus because he basically risked his life to save almost everyone there, like from Stannis Baratheon, like in season 2. So at this point, I mean, like, he's had enough, and he basically, like, the way he demanded a trial by combat. I'm not even gonna try to reenact that because it's too epic to touch. It is. I mean, like, damn, that's probably one of the best. That's probably one of the best, if not the best, lines ever said on that show. Like, honestly. And I mean, there's a lot of other really awesome scenes, awesome moments that happen in the show, like when Arya reunites with Nito in the season premiere, and in episode 9. I mean, for crying out loud, I mean, that epic fight, and then it ends where with this forbidden love affair, like with Jon Snow and his girl. I forgot her name, but yeah, I know, I'm sorry, but that ends, like in that episode. But while all this cool stuff is happening, I'm thinking, I'm really worried about Tyrion. I'm really worried about Tyrion, and especially when it went to the trial by combat, and Oberyn Martell, like, basically, he volunteers to fight for Tyrion, even though he has his own agenda. And then he basically gets himself killed. I mean, his pride got him killed in the mountain, crushed his head, and while that was cool it was cool to watch, and it was horrifying, but what makes it really horrifying is that basically this means Tyrion is screwed and he's gonna be sentenced to death. And I'm just like, I'm enjoying episode 9, but I'm really worried about Tyrion right now. So when we finally get to the season finale, which is a slightly better season finale, because the other 3 season finales were not really that great as far as, epicness and intensity and stuff. It's just like all a real calm episode that they could have, that could have been like episode 3 or 4 or whatever. But yeah, this is a slightly better one because Tyrion is led out of there by Jaime, and Jaime's the only one who stood by his side through this whole thing. And and that's like one of the few times where you see Jaime's the humanity in him, and that's where you really start to really kind of feel bad for him, because he's trying to adjust, not having, you know, a hand. He's back at home, he's ready to basically go out there and fight again, and he's just having trouble adjusting to that. And it's like this is the same guy that tried to kill Bran Stark. I mean, like, why do I feel bad for him? You know, like, it's funny, I never thought that would happen. And then, so yeah, he gets Tyrion out of there, and Tyrion finds Shay in Tywin's bed, like, calling him her lion, like, you know, my heart broke for him, and she forced him to kill her. And I mean, and then he goes to kill him. Like, I did not expect them to kill him off this soon. I thought they were gonna make us, you know, basically endure his presence for like another 2 seasons or some shit, and then Tyrion kills him in a very unexpected way too. Like, I did not expect Tywin Lannister to be killed off that way, you know, sitting on the shitter. But oh well, I mean, he's gone too, and then this means that Tyrion has to basically leave King's Landing, and he has to leave, and then because he's basically a wanted man now. So yeah. You can tell I focused more on basically the trial of Tyrion Lannister than anything else. I mean, I loved the season as a whole, and you know, like with Daenerys Targaryen, I mean, you know, it was cool to see her rise, you know, as a queen, and basically, you know, like freeing, you know, slaves from their chains and stuff, and try to give everyone freedom, and it's getting to that point where you know, like, where she has to basically restrain the dragons and not let them all fly around all scot-free, you know, because, you know, I think Drogon got, you know, is basically killed a little kid, and so that basically motivates her to, you know, lock up the other 2 for what Drogon did. I mean, that was heartbreaking for them to, you know, to go through, but still, I mean, you gotta focus on the safety of, you know, the people, like when you're a queen and you want to basically free everybody and all that, you know. So yeah, I mean, I imagine that was really hard for her. But and then also when Brienne and the Hound confront each other, and that was an intense fight. I'm like, it's like watching 2 of your friends fight, and you're like, will the both of you just stop it? And I was just like, no, don't fight. And so, and that's where, you know, like, the Hound dies, and I was like, at that moment, at that point in time, I was just like, I really don't want him to go. I really don't. And then this is where Arya runs off on her own with nobody basically to watch over her or to protect her. I mean, like, after that happened. So yeah, I mean, this was a pretty solid season, and has some pleasant surprises and some heartbreaking moments, you know. And so yeah, I mean, like, the show has not lost its mojo. It's, you know, it's keeping up, you know, the epic work. So with that all being said, this gets 4 solid chair spins out of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4 epic solid chair spins. So, and also another thing I forgot to mention is when Bran touched the tree, and he saw, I guess he saw a vision of one of the dragons flying over King's Landing. That was pretty damn cool. I'm wondering if that's what's going to happen in season 7. I don't know. But, I mean, time shall tell. I mean, like, this is going to happen at some point. So, yeah, if you guys enjoyed my review on this, on season 4, make sure you thumb up the video. Make sure you click subscribe if you're a newbie to the channel. Thank you for watching, and feel free to, you know, to basically talk about something that happened in season 4 that I have not mentioned. And yeah, so I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out, y'all.